Now, it's brought me to northern Shanxi along the ancient Qin Highway. Completed more than 2 millennia ago, this road unspools for about 700 kilometers across ridgetops, mesas, and river valleys, all the way to Inner Mongolia. So all along my route, not just in China, but all the way back to Africa, I am not inventing new pathways. Walking this road is just a continuation of grabbing the ancestors by the hand and asking them to take me forward. And so here in Xi'an and north to Yuling through northern Shanxi, the most famous road is the Qin roads. Some of the oldest highways ever built, and also the straightest. The walk is not mine alone. My walking partner, Liu Lifeng, a travel industry expert, also lends her childhood memories and life experiences to the project.
每天这样走啊，我就觉得好像跟我们计划的旅行又不一样，对吧？计划的旅行好像你有一个目标，你知道你今天要干什么，会看到什么，大概你也知道。可是这个行走每天这20多公里，就真的不知道你今天会看到什么东西。每天去沟通，互相的交流，又让你有各方面的一个见识的长进。我没说听清楚。等于是我们走到这儿，然后再顺着这条路走。
哎，对对对对，桥底下，铁路桥底下过去。谢谢啊，再见。谢谢啊。
Do you remember anything about the winter time when you were young in Mexico? Was it very warm?
Yeah, it's subtropical, so it never got cold. It's kind of like Dali.
I've been crossing frontiers since I was 6 years old. That's when my family moved from the United States to Mexico. That was my first border. Shanxi marks the 10th anniversary of the walk. But for me, such numbers aren't that important. I don't measure it in years, because after all, I've been doing this for so long, thousands of days and nights, that if you do something that long, sooner or later it just becomes your life. I can tell you that I've measured off this project in landscapes and people. Those dates and those events loom higher than just a date on a calendar. Over 13,000 miles, scores of walking partners, countless stories. The walk has taught me to accept serendipity, to welcome the offerings of chance. In a village on China's famously harsh Yellow Earth Plateau, Xi Fangjing is carrying on ancestral work passed down through the women in her family. Paper cutting is believed to have originated in the 2nd century, but long before the invention of paper, the Chinese already used similar skills to cut designs in other materials like leaves, leather, silk, and gold foil.
Where does she get her patterns? Does she make them herself?
Wherever she gets her inspiration, each cutout is like a small poem.
这是2个蝴蝶。
漂亮。
Anytime you visit an artist in their studio, you're entering a very special place. It's kind of like a temple of love, where they are going to share with you kind of the secret of their life. She was like on fire with excitement to share her work. She was copying motifs, memes from the internet, and making paper cuts of them, which I thought was a great combination of modern technology and ancient art. While many folk arts like paper cutting are disappearing in China and the world, Xi Fangqing carries on quietly without apparent external reward for the sheer joy of it. The ancient Qin Highway guides us northeast. Historian and author Professor Luo Xin returns for this leg of the journey.
这是那个黄金条，黄金木，它不会变形的，非常结实。
He's not just a historian who's helping me put together the history of China inside of my head for my stories. He's got a great eye for finding trails off the roads, which is really a valuable skill.
This means I often get to see the edges of China that others rarely do.
Quality. All right. Just test your footing.
Enjoy the landing.
Oh.
The Forever Walk has taught me this, that we stand a better chance of survival by walking together, by learning from each other, by listening to each other's ideas. There is an old, old joy in this approach.
At 81 years old, Bai Mingli has devoted the majority of his life to Chinese opera. While fluent in many genres, he's keen to share his forte.
道就是道教音乐，道歌出在唐朝，道情呢，在唐朝就是有，但是究竟是流传很少。
When did you start singing? How old were you?
我是8岁的时候开始，当时我们村里办了个冬学，请了一位老师，他不是挣钱，而是挣小米。我的父亲和我的爷爷、我的四爸，他们都学，但是我家庭生活条件不好，到时候我的父亲就不让我学。他们在窑里学着了，我在窗外边，窗外边听了，说是就这样，大人喜欢什么，我也是就喜欢什么。
I'm treated to a moving performance of Daoqing opera in Mingli's Simple Flat. It's a narrative about his hometown.
I've read that these tunes also were a way to spread information in the news of the day before newspapers arrived. So there was information.
有
Yes,
有
they have.
道情四周街里都有，它这里头也有神话故事，也有古的东西，就古代的一些自成
mythology, stories.
Now recognized as a national-level bearer of intangible cultural heritage, Bai Mingli spends his days teaching some 300 apprentices.
后头把这个下来，跳啊跳，带后边，带皮也是吧。 月照海上的南阳山，一朵